In an historic moment for hockey yesterday, Washington Capitals star Alex Ovechkin surpassed Wayne Gretzky's all-time record for most career goals. In a game against the New York Islanders, Ovechkin scored his 895th goal, a record once thought unbreakable.
Ovechkin fires! Score! The chasing days are done!
With his trademark shot from the spot on the ice known as his office, 39-year-old Alex Ovechkin officially cemented himself as the NHL's all-time leading scorer. The goal broke one of the sport's legendary records, held by Hall of Famer Wayne Gretzky for 31 years. Gretzky was in New York to witness it and congratulated Ovechkin on the ice.
I can tell you firsthand, I know how hard it is to get to 894. 895 is pretty special. Alex, I said I'd be the first guy to shake your hand when you broke the record. And I wore this pin.
The Russian-born Ovechkin made his NHL debut with the Washington Capitals in 2005 and has been the leader of the team ever since, eventually becoming captain. He scored 50 or more goals for 9 seasons and was named one of the top 100 NHL players of all time in 2017. He's also been named League MVP 3 separate times in 2008, 2009, and 2013. After Sunday's game, Ovechkin said he was still processing the moment.
When I was tying the record, I still can't believe it. And, it was so emotional. It was such a great night, but this is something crazy. I just said I'm probably going to need a couple more days or maybe a couple weeks to realize what does it mean to be number one. But all I can say, I'm very proud.
For more now on Ovechkin and this record-breaking achievement, I'm joined by Joe Beninati, who's been doing play-by-play announcing for the Capitals on the Monumental Sports Network. Joe, welcome to the NewsHour. Thanks for joining us.
Now, thank you for the invitation. What could we be talking about? I'm not sure exactly what the subject matter is. Holy smokes, the last 3-4 days have been phenomenal.
Holy smokes, indeed. Joe, this is a record that stood for over 30 years before Ovechkin broke it this week. And just put it into perspective for us. Where does this put Ovi in the pantheon of greats?
Well, the procession, since 1917, Amna, when the NHL first began, there's only been 10 people all time to have the title of all-time goal-scoring leader. And the procession from Rocket Richard to Gordie Howe to Wayne Gretzky to Alex Ovechkin, I get the shivers just thinking about it, because you are speaking of a pantheon of all-time greats. And most people will tell you that Wayne Gretzky is the greatest hockey player to ever live. Mario Lemieux, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr might also suggest that they earned that title. We're not saying that Alex is the greatest player of all time, but I think genuinely you can call him the greatest goal scorer of all time. With the achievements yesterday on Long Island, this is a player who has done it for 20 years and done it in such a way that he has endeared himself to hockey fans worldwide.
Joe, what about for you to be there in that moment, to make that call we all just saw there? What was that like for you in the moment?
Now I'm still shaking. It's pure adrenaline. And as a professional, you think about these moments, and this is a player and this is a hockey team, an organization that's treated me to these types of moments. Alex for 20 years, the organization going back 30 years. I'm used to it, but you can't be conditioned for something like the last 3-4 days. Friday at Capital One Arena was magnetic. It was as close to Stanley Cup final level buzz as you can get, without the apprehension, without the fear of losing. It was a party that was there specifically to see a player get his crowning achievement. And he almost did it in one night. And then to do what he did on Long Island on Sunday in front of so many Capitals fans who made their way to New York, and so many New York hockey fans who recognized the greatness that they were seeing unfold before them. They treated themselves, the Islanders, as hosts, obviously stopping the game for almost 25 minutes to celebrate this man's achievement. Just a tip of the cap to them, a job extremely well done. But for me, I don't know that I will be treated to more exhilarating moments than that. And as a professional, what you're conditioned to try and do is stay in that moment, deliver it with an adrenaline rush, do it succinctly, and get out of the way. And for the most part, I hope we did it well.
You have watched Ovechkin over all of those years as well. This is a man who's 39 years old in a league where the average player is 27. He missed a lot of games this year because of a broken leg. And as our resident hockey guru and Cap superfan, our colleague Morgan Till tells me to, he's not built like a classic goal scorer. He's built more like a linebacker. How was Ovechkin able to do what so many couldn't for so long?
No, this isn't a dainty hockey player by any stretch. This is a middle linebacker on skates. I've heard him referred to as a Mack truck on skates. And for him to do what he's done over the last 20 years, more than anything, and I've said this from time to time, maybe the greatest ability of superstar athletes is availability. He's been available 95% of the time that he could have laced them up for the Capitals. And this is playing through an assortment of injuries. In his younger days, he'd flex them away without even thinking about it in his 20s and early 30s. Now that he's pushing 40 years of age, those injuries linger a little bit longer, and yet still he fights through them until you get an episode like you did in November where he breaks his leg in Salt Lake City. And were it not for that injury, at age 39, he could conceivably, with all these young Tigers running around on the ice, he could conceivably be leading the league in goals again had he not missed those 40 days, had he not missed those 16 games. He is having a truly remarkable season when it comes to goals per games played. It's through the roof at 39. Think of it.
He's been a joy to watch. It's a joy to listen to you as you watch him as well. That is Joe Beninati, the voice of the Washington Capitals on the Monumental Sports Network. Joe, thank you so much. Really a pleasure to talk to you.
This was great. Anytime.